Hey everybody, it's Reven. Welcome to week 2, and it is Famous Person Friday. Today I want to talk about somebody that has really inspired me over the years. He's somebody that I absolutely fell in love with from a young age. I've watched his movies. His movies have inspired me. They've driven me. They've motivated me. I love him as an actor. I love him as a person. I love him for what he's achieved. I love him for what he's done for the industries that he's worked in Hollywood, in boxing. Hell, as an actor, he was even inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame. He is Sylvester Stallone. And the Rocky movies and the Rambo movies are movies that I watched growing up. He was my dad's favorite actor. My dad and I watched his movies together and we really connected. And the Rocky movies have really been there, have been an inspiration for me during times when I was really down. And I think I've torn through about 2 different collections. I'm probably on my 3rd collection now of DVDs of the Rocky series. And I actually heard about his story much later. When I got into self-development and self-growth, and I stumbled across a narration of his story by Tony Robbins on YouTube, and I was absolutely astonished, and I realized, it was just made me be drawn to him even more. Stallone was at a time in his life where he wanted to be an actor, but nobody would hire him, and he was dead broke. He was broke to such an extent that he went out and he sold his wife's wedding jewelry without her knowing. And when she did find out, she left him. Okay, and he even sold his dog to a guy outside of the liquor store, and that's how down and out he was. So he gets back home, and there's the only thing that's on TV is this boxing match. Okay, and there's this guy that's taking this absolute pounding, but every time he gets knocked down, he gets back up. And the script, the story for the Rocky movie was conceived. Okay, so he just took a pen and he just started writing, and he wrote for hours. He wrote throughout the morning, so much so that when he was done, his hands were shaking. Okay, that is the amount of energy that was passing through his body. So he had this tremendous script. Okay, he had this excellent idea for this movie, which we know will go on to be an absolute box office superstar for movie. But he needed to sell it. So he went to the first production company. He said to him, okay, listen, here's the script. And they read the script and said, listen, you may be onto something. And we'll buy it from you. And he says, but there's one condition. So what's that? He says, I want to play the lead actor. And we're like, no, listen, you may be onto something in terms of writing, but there's no way you're an actor. And he had a speech impediment. So, he was definitely a no-no for an actor. So he knew who he was. He knew what his destiny was. And he believed in himself. So he took the script back and he went to the next production company and the next one. And I believe he even slept overnight. Okay, he literally ducked away until they locked the doors and they left in a production company, and he slept overnight so that when they got there the next day he was there already. They couldn't turn him away, and this carried on until eventually somebody said, okay, listen, okay, we'll produce the movie for you and we'll let you star in it. And the Rocky series was born, and Sylvester Stallone, as this huge box office star, was born. Okay, and then he went on to make so many other great movies. He went on and he even bought his dog back for $15,000, despite selling it I think for $50. And he had to agree to let the guy have a role in the Rocky movies. So what did I learn from Sylvester Stallone? I learned resilience. I learned persistence. I learned self-belief. If he hadn't believed in himself, if he hadn't believed in his destiny, nobody else would have. Okay? And those are the things that I take away from him. Strength of mind, strength of character. Okay? Knowing who you are and knowing who you were meant to be during your darkest days, during your downest times. As long as you've got that self-belief, you're going to get there. So, he's somebody, like I said, it's somebody I truly admire. He's been my hero growing up. And I love the fact that he's still making action movies today. And, I hope that there's something from his story that you can take away. And until next time, remember to learn, inspire, and grow always.